All right, for the Win Edition GTX 275, check this out. This is a GTX 275 that is just about as fast as a regular GTX 285 due to overclocking. If you don't know about the GTX 275, it's probably one of my favorite cards out right now. It gives you probably close to the best bang per buck you could possibly get. The GTX 275 is a little bit different than the GTX 260 and the 280 and the 285. Basically, what you're getting is the GPU and the shaders of the 285, but you're getting the memory of the GTX 260. So rather than getting 1024 of DDR5 on a 512-bit bus, you're getting 896 on a 448-bit bus. So you have the memory of the GTX 260, but you have the core and the shaders of the GTX 285, and you got similar clocks. This actually has some very, very high factory clocks for the GPU and for the shaders. So you got quite a bit of horsepower in here. The only time that you're not going to get the same performance as the 285 is when you apply anti-aliasing. That uses up a lot of that memory buffer, or that frame buffer, so that's when you're going to need it. But let's talk a little bit about those references, about those clocks. Now, first of all, the standard GTX 275 core clock is 633 megahertz. This is 713 megahertz. ALUs are clocked the same at 1404 megahertz. The memory, which is 896 megabytes of GDDR3, is 2260. So 2260 megahertz is the regular. This does 2520 on that 448-bit memory interface. So you have a nice increase in the memory of this. Everything else is the same. You have 28 ROPs, and you have 80 TFUs, or texture filtering units. It's absolutely incredible. The performance on this card is fantastic. It gives you about a little bit less than a 15% overclock over the factory card, so you are going to get about a 15% increase in performance. Everything else is going to be about the same. You're going to get DirectX 10, Shader Model 4.0, OpenGL 3.0, CUDA physics, Pure Video HD with the HDMI and HDCP support. You can do Blu-rays, 7.1 channel audio over the loop cable, which is provided. 2560 by 1600 maximum resolution, powered by and those, pretty much 240 hertz is the maximum speed you can go. I just realized it's a pretty cool graphic on there, huh? It's like a piston or something, or a spark plug. What else do you get? Dual DVIs. Those are the DVI eyes. They are dual link, and they are powered by 400 megahertz dual RAM DACs. It's a 10.5-inch card, so it's pretty big. 219 watts TDP, so make sure you have a good power supply. You're probably going to need about 550 watts on a good quality, maybe 650 on a worse quality, or quality not as good. 2 6-pin PCI connectors right there. That's what you're going to use to power these. Make sure that you have 2 of those, especially when you go SLI. Some of the older SLI power supplies had an 8 and a 6 because they figured you're going to use a big card. This needs 2 6s, so make sure you got that. There is your loop cable. That's where you're going to plug in your 2-pin SPDIF cable. It's going to give you pretty much all your audio is going to go through your HDMI. You're going to use the included DVI to HDMI dongle through here, and that's going to send out all your video and audio to your big TV or your receiver or to your amplifier or to whatever you want. You also have a 7-pin digital audio S-video cable right there. That's going to let you go out to components or to composites or to S-video. So a multitude of different ways you can connect using this card. Very, very fast card. First of all, the GTX 275 is an amazing deal right off the bat. It's almost as fast as the GTX 285, and it costs significantly less. It's over $100 less at the making of this movie or film or whatever you want to call it. So we're definitely on a card here that's good bang for the buck. It's going to give you a lot of performance, even if you're an enthusiast. And if you SLI these, throw a couple together, you get really good scaling on the latest drivers, the 185.6.3, I think, which are the WHQL drivers, the latest ones. The beta drivers are even better than that. I mean, we're talking about serious performance and improving performance with newer drivers. So awesome card. It's half of a GTX 295. So 285 core and shaders, 260 memory configuration, 448-bit interface, 896 megabytes of GDDR3. Awesome card, GTX 275 for the Win Edition, highly overclocked from factory. If you have any questions on it, email me, and I will see you guys next time. For more information on the EVGA GTX 275 for the Win Edition graphics card, type in E145-0253 into the search engine of any of these major retailers. For Computer TV, I'm Albert.